everybody, and welcome back to the Ghastly Toy Crypt, and welcome to what I'm calling the Toylanta Hangover haul video as an epilogue to the almost 2-hour odyssey that I put out the other day. Listen, that was guys, I know that was a lot, and if you powered through all 1 hour and 51 minutes and something or another seconds, I hat is off to you. I salute you, my friends. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. But this is the aforementioned, if you watched the last video, the aforementioned haul video that I was going to do to just show you the spoils of Toylanta. As we saw, there were so many fun people that we got to hang out with. Greg Cook, Kent Pool, Big Dub, Century the Mad Collector. I met Humpty. I met Diamond Dave. Let's see, we met Pixel Dan. We met Slap Happy. Man, Seth. OG Geek, Mike. I know I'm forgetting somebody, and oh boy, Ricky, new friends, Matt, Walter from the Mythic Legion's Cabal Facebook group. Jeremy Gerard from the Four Horsemen. Man, who am I forgetting? I don't know, like, I feel like we've met so many people, so many new friends over the weekend, and I am still riding the high. As I'm recording this, it is Wednesday after Toylanta, so I'm 3 days removed from the event, and everybody's still getting their videos out, and I'm still enjoying watching each and every one of them. So, David, I knew I was going to somebody, David, I can't forget David. He was like the coolest guy ever. Man, everybody. Man, yeah, it was just, it's such a fun weekend, and you're hanging out with Richard and Jeremy and Tyler and Morgan, Greg, or not Greg, I already said Greg, Glenn, Jason, Tony, just the Toy Hunt crew in Atlanta that I'm used to hanging and chilling out with. It's just a fun time. It's a fun time, it's a fun show, and yeah, we're there to hopefully score some fun toys, but really the hanging out and the camaraderie and the sense of community is the most important thing from that. And I feel very fortunate that I've been able to meet so many people in the community and have them consider me a friend. And I don't know, I feel very grateful for that. Anyway, let's talk about some pickups. You guys are here to see what I picked up, right? Of course you are. Let's move on. So I mentioned that I met Pixel Dan, and you saw in the video that I purchased his book. And I was not lying when I told him I was indeed holding off purchasing his book because I know he does a lot of toy shows, and I was hoping he was going to do one close to Atlanta, and I wanted to get one signed by him personally. Anytime I can get a book signed by an author, I will do it. Anytime I can do it, I will. And he autographed his copy of The Toys of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, also featuring She-Ra, the Princess of Power. And let's see, he had some really cool holofoil stickers that he was handing out at his booth, but while I was there, you saw in the video, I got him to personalize my copy of the book, and this meant a lot. Like I said in the last video, meeting Pixel Dan was really, it was a highlight of the weekend for me. He was really cool, and whenever we would pass by, you know, he'd give the nod, I'd give the nod, and then if he didn't have a line, we would chat toys, and that's, you know, that's what we were there for. And I'm very excited to just dive into this book. I can't wait. This is actually the first time I've flipped through it, so I'm not even certain what everything is in here, or what everything in here is. I can speak properly, I promise. I have a college degree. But I'm going to save this for another time. I'm going to save the sticker that's going to go in here. Also, this book is a tome. Like, it's heavy. It's heavy. Dan, you put in some work. One of the things that I was trying to find over the weekend was some GoBots. I wanted some GoBots, but I specifically wanted a Psykill. And I think what happened with me was that I started to get tunnel vision, and then I only started to look for Psykills. And I found one. It wasn't in great condition, and it didn't have all of its accessories. Or I should say, let me rephrase. It was one that was loose. Wasn't in great condition, didn't have all of its accessories. I did find one of the alternate colors carded for 120, and I was this close from going for it, because I used to have that one as well. I actually have a weird memory of going to dinner one night with my family, and we went to a Piccadilly, if you know what a Piccadilly is. It's kind of like a buffet style restaurant. I'm not sure if they exist anymore or not. But the Piccadilly shared a parking lot with a Walmart, and my mom took us to Walmart, my brother, my sister, and I. And I'm the youngest of three, and I picked out a toy, and that toy that I got was that black and neon green Psykill. So I remember sitting at Piccadilly playing with my GoBot and not caring about the food that they were trying to feed me. So I do have a very specific memory tied to that toy, and I almost got it, but I decided not to. If I'm going to get Psykill, I'm going to get the one I want, and the one I want is the standard one. All of that to say, I did purchase a GoBots item, not a GoBot per se, but I did pick up a GoBots Lunchbox. Truth be told, I've actually wanted this for a while. I remember seeing it at Toylanta last year from a different vendor, and I almost bought it then, and I didn't. And it was one of those things where I'm like, man, I should have got that. I'll come across it. And throughout the year, I just never found one. But the vendor that I got this from had actually a better price on this one than I saw last year. This was only $15, and yes, there is some scratching. You can probably see around the rim or the frame of the picture. There is some scratches, but the picture itself is still very much intact, so none of the paint is chipped or anything. So I thought $15 was a very good deal. And then when I grabbed it, whenever the gentleman from the booth handed it to me, I realized that it had its thermos. So I wasn't expecting it to have the thermos, but I'm very happy that it does. And again, the picture on the thermos is practically pristine. I mean, this is a 40-year-old Lunchbox at this point in time. This is pretty crazy. So for $15, this is just going to be a fun showpiece to have. I'll probably put it up on the shelf right back over here. And for $15, I couldn't say no. Also, as a bonus, it's got my two of my favorite GoBots, Turbo and Psykill on it. So, 15 bucks, no brainer. I'm sure you're wondering what I picked up from Four Horsemen. Let's just dive in. The first thing I have is the Varg figure. He's part of the vampire faction. And I'm not gonna lie, I bought him because I have an idea for a custom, but I don't trust myself to paint stuff just yet. So we'll see. Until then, I have a really cool Varg vampire Legion guy, or Legion builder guy. He's probably not a Legion builder, he's his own character, but I mean, I feel like an army of Vargs would still be pretty cool, right? Alright, again, you saw it in the video, but the gentleman at the booth talked me in to buying the Scaphoid figure. He's the green skeleton, and the green on this thing actually pops a lot more in person. It looks like almost like a poison skeleton. I haven't read his bio. That might actually be what he is. I'm not too entirely sure, but the skeletons are my favorite thing from this line. And I just thought he looked cool. Had to get him. Simple as that. He just looked cool. So I bought him. The next one I actually wasn't planning to pick up. I also wasn't planning to see it. So when I did see it, I was like, oh, well, I obviously have to get this one. So I picked up one of the standard releases of the Furious 4 back in November when Four Horsemen does their own Legions Con. They have figure exclusives, and this was actually one of the two figures in a 2-pack, and it was the group was called the Furious 4, so you can pop and swap a whole bunch of the pieces, and if you bought 2 of them, you can make all 4 of the characters. And outside of the exclusive release that was the 2-pack, they split them up and put them individually. And this guy makes one of two people. You could either make Lord Bishotti or Pelvicus. And Pelvicus is the skeleton, so he's got the skeleton head. But the guy I want is one of the Mercurians who looks like a Greek hoplite. He has that really cool helmet that's very reminiscent of Greek hoplites. And that character is Lord Bishotti, so you can kind of see on the side there. Right, yeah, look at that. So that's the guy I'm going to make, because I have one of these dudes. I also have another one on the way, but I don't have one that has this kind of armor on it. So I'm looking for variety to create what essentially will be a Mythic Legion's hoplite-esque phalanx. So I'm hoping to get a lot of these guys. The next one was quite possibly the absolute piece that I have been searching for. It's the one that I was hoping they would have, but the one that I didn't think would show up. Turns out they did bring it, and real quick story. Four Horsemen Studios, about 20 years ago, used to make the toys for the 2000 era Masters of the Universe cartoon, the one that was on Saturday nights on Cartoon Network. It was a fantastic cartoon, and the toy line was fantastic. I used to have just about every one of them way back in the day. Don't have them anymore. Flash forward to the late 2010s or 2010s, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. And as they're releasing Mythic Legions, they put out tribute or homage figures to some of the Masters of the Universe characters. So it's a character in the Mythic Legions canon that resembles some of the Masters of the Universe characters. And I've got a couple of them. But the one that I wanted was this guy named Kawaros, and he is a tribute to Battle Cat. I have the Purplore. I don't know if you remember last summer I got the Purplore, which is the tribute to Panther. But I strolled up to the booth Saturday morning, and some of the guys were asking, hey, which one are you looking for? I'll go grab it for you. Hey, which one are you looking for? I'll go grab it off the table for you. And, just going down the line asking everybody. And I said, you wouldn't happen to have a Kawaros, would you? And sure enough, Mr. Jeremy Gerard himself said, hold on a second. Went over, grabbed one of these guys for me. And this was the piece. This was the one that I wanted and was hoping to find all weekend. And I got it. All right, I got to wrap this up real quick. So the next one is something I saw, didn't think I was going to get, but I decided to go for it, and I'm really happy I did. I got one of the ogre-sized figures, and this is actually a Cyclops, and this is Archimedes. So kind of keeping with the Greek hoplite theme, I decided to get a Cyclops to go with all of my other Greek-esque characters that fit within the realm of mythos and Mythic Legions. So look at this dude. He's got that giant orange eye, those spikes, and he's taller. He's taller than the other characters. So I'm very excited to get this guy cracked open, and I need to get another shelf or I have to make shelf space somewhere, because these things, there's no reason I shouldn't display these things. That's going to lead us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. This haul portion has been much longer than I thought it was going to be, and I didn't mean to make it a 15-minute long video. But if you haven't watched the Toylanta video yet, please go watch that. I'll leave a link in one of these corners and down below. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. Please give the video a thumbs up. And if you're so inclined, please share it with some of your friends. It really means the world to me. And I'm trying to get this party to 1,000. We're sitting at 669 subscribers. Nice. So if you could please, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. So until next time, we'll catch you in the next video. See you real soon. Stay spooky.